Hello, Megathirstinator here, and I'm back with another review. This one's Wild Wool, and what you have to do is you have to collect the biggest pile of wool to win. So what we have here, there's a wolf, Lego dice, wool pile, and some sheep. So the wolf and the wool pile always have to be in the middle of the table. So let's get down to the rules here. The white here grow wool. You take a piece of wool from the pile and build it onto your sheep. Like that. You cannot have more than 5 pieces of wool on your sheep. Now the X2 here, that's double wool. You take 2 pieces of wool from the pile and build them onto your sheep. You cannot have more than 5 pieces of wool on your sheep. If your sheep already has 4 pieces of wool when rolling double wool, you can only build 1 piece on your sheep. The other piece stays in the pile. The green, swap sheep. You swap your sheep with another player's sheep of your choice. The gray, wolf. You move the wolf next to another player's sheep and remove all of the wool off that sheep. You return the wolf and all the removed wool to the middle of the table. Now for pink here, that's shear sheep. Well, you have to remove all the wool from your sheep and stack it in a pile next to you. That wool is now safe. Like that. Okay, auto shear. I'm going to put 5 pieces on for an example. So, if your sheep has 5 pieces of wool at the beginning of your turn, you shear your sheep, then and add them to your pile before rolling the dice. Now for winning the game, when the last piece of wool is taken from the middle of the table and placed on a sheep, alright, I'm going to put up a few columns here. I'm going to add some more here. Like that. Now when the last piece of wool is taken from the middle of the table and placed on a sheep, all players shear their sheep one last time and add that wool to their piles. Okay, I kind of like built these up so that there's an example of what it'd be like. The player with the biggest pile of wool wins the game. Okay, here are the changes. Now, okay. So the first change, I'm gonna have to change things up a bit here, so. I have it all here now. So it just took some time, had to make a few adjustments. For cutting costs, you change the Lego dice to this configuration. When a player rolls gray, you have to be fast. Okay, every time you shear your sheep, you must return one piece of wool to the middle of the table as payment. So like for example, for this one, you add a piece of wool, then you shear it off. For this one, you have to add a piece of wool to your sheep and swap. For this one, you get a piece of wool. Okay, first you have to have the wolf scare all your wool away and you get a new one. For this one, you can swap your sheep and shear. Perfect for when one sheep has more wool than you, so that way you get 100% chance of winning. Not sure if I've already spoken of this, yeah. You can swap off a sheep and add a piece of wool. Then you can shear all your sheep and scare the wolf away. And then use the wolf. But the double wool rule stays the same. Howling Wolf. You change the Lego dice. Howling Wolf. You change the Lego dice to this configuration. Whenever a player rolls gray, you have to be fast. The first player to grab the wolf and howl gets to move the wolf next to another player's sheep and remove a piece of wool off that sheep. Return the wolf and the removed wool to the middle of the table, and the player who rolled may now add a piece of wool to his or her sheep. Well, I kind of already explained that, but whatever. My friend, Mr. Wolf. Now when you roll gray, you can send the wolf to another player and take one piece of wool off that player's sheep and add it to your pile, or if the wolf is already placed next to a player, you take up to 2 pieces of wool off that player's sheep and add it to your pile. You return the wolf to the middle of the table. As payment. Well, I kind of forgot to carry out those actions, so I'll just use this one for an example. So like, first off, when you shear a piece off, you gotta put one back. And for this, if this player rolled this, the wolf would scare it away, would take the wool off, and then it goes back to the pile, and this sheep gets some wool. And since this is standing already next to a player, but if it's not, then it doesn't count. So, like for example, if this rolled gray, this would be there to take the wool off and then add it to the pile, like that. If the wolf's already placed next to a player, you take up to 2 pieces of wool off that player's sheep and add it to your pile. Return the wolf to the middle of the table. Okay, even though I might not have carried the actions, I did it for you just to show you what that usually feels like. So, that's my review for today. So, Mega Thirstinator signing off.